Growing up, your parents probably told you to be careful what you put online and watch who you talk to because you never know who you'll meet. Well, obviously, you can't shelter your child forever. And what happens when they grow up to be a celebrity or somebody whose entire life is online? Well, sometimes they have fans who adore them to the point of unhealthy obsession, and these fans start stalking them, such as the case of Rubi Rose, rapper and OnlyFans model. She recently posted on X saying that she ran into her #1 fan with a picture of the guy along with what was a screenshot of his OnlyFans subscriber account showing that he spent over $62,000 on her in 1 month. I mean, good on you if you have that much disposable income to spend on somebody you met online. But somehow this guy, whose name is Brandon, ended up getting her number and started incessantly texting her. He started with, "What are you doing?" Then he was like, "Why are you ignoring me? I thought what we have was a genuine connection." And then he gets even angrier, asking why is she ignoring him after all the money that he's invested into her. And then he apologizes for getting angry. But this gets worse because Brandon ended up getting a tat of her face on his leg and ended up sending that to her. Now you would think with all this, she would be taking this seriously, maybe going to the police, getting a restraining order. Because after all, she did save him in her phone as Brandon Weird OF fan. But instead, it seems like she's making a joke out of this. She posted on X, "Tat on my face so I know it's real," which would insinuate to crazed stalkers like Brandon that if you pay the right price, if you go so far, you'll get that loving that you're craving from that person. Because it goes without saying that Brandon is unhinged, to put it lightly. But even deeper than that, he feels entitled to a relationship with her because of all the money that he's spent on OnlyFans. Brandon likely struggles to build meaningful relationships in the real world. And then comes OnlyFans, where if you pay the right price, you can simulate a romantic sexual relationship. And you can see from the text messages that they did more than just sext. I mean, they talked about his Bitcoin investments during their chats. But because Brandon is so unstable, he forgets that he's just a paycheck to Rubi Rose. And the line between reality and what's online got blurred. Now, this is an extreme example, but it just goes to show in the mind of Brandon, the more he spent, the more he felt he would get. And Rubi Rose only reinforced that for him. He caught feelings and it was one-sided. And when she wasn't returning those feelings, he couldn't take it. Now, obviously, stalking isn't unique to OnlyFans. I mean, I think about the TikToker Ava Madgery, who was only 15 years old. She had a stalker that was asking for explicit pictures of her. And then he showed up at her house where her dad fatally shot him. Now, thankfully, her father was there to protect her, but there have been many cases in which it hasn't ended so well. Think about Christina Grimmie, the 22-year-old singer. In 2016, she was murdered by a stalker fan outside her concert in Florida. And a more recent example of this is Instagram star Janae Gagnier, aka Mercedes Moore, who was murdered by her stalker who then killed himself as well. Mercedes Moore was also on OnlyFans, and what makes OnlyFans different from any other celebrity is that direct line of sexual communication you pay for. Now, I'm not trying to shame or victim blame anybody here, rather highlight the innate nature of this business. The creators of OnlyFans 100% knew that they would be pandering to the lonely incels of the world, the people who feel the only thing close to a meaningful relationship that they can get is through this. And by not taking this more seriously, Rubi Rose is only encouraging this to happen again. Because rather than use her platform to highlight the dangers of OnlyFans, she's glorifying the money that she's making off of incels like this. And I truly hope this is the last time that she has an encounter with Brandon. Because as we've talked about, it can end very badly. Now, we know that people go into this business for a number of reasons. Number one, they can be financially struggling and see how much money you can make and are enticed. Number two, they are struggling with an internal void and are looking to fill that with external validation. And in either case, I fully empathize. But at the same time, this needs to be caution to the wind for anybody thinking about going into this line of business. Stories like this need to be highlighted more so that people fully understand the dangers. And hopefully, those same girls will take a step back to prioritize their mental health. And hopefully, I like to be optimistic. Somebody will stumble across this video and will be positively impacted. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to this channel, hopefully I've earned a subscription. Here's some more content for you to watch. Until next time, peace out.